All right, let's get this thing started. My name is Daryl Martin with ApexInvesting.com. This is another series in Be the Sniper or Be the Target. It is your choice. Make it today. So if you're not the sniper, you are the target in trading. As in all trading, we gotta say, there's risk involved in investing. Know what you do before you're doing it. Tonight, we're gonna go over the double TX or DT. This is DTC. That should be DTX. The double TX setup. Okay. So we had a great evening in the room. So this morning we had a great morning. We got tons of people got their 3-0. We just got we got 3 power scalps in a row, and then we got a long trapped Xbox. So doing fantastic. We have people using the sharpshooter simplicity. One trader said that he got 1 in 3 today, so he made a couple mistakes, but due to simplicity, he actually netted out a profit. So make sure to check out simplicity training in section 14. If you want to check out power scalping, make sure to join our Facebook group. So we got Lakeisha on here knocking it out, and other traders just going through and knocking it out. Christopher making $500 something despite having a couple losing trades in there. So it's really good news. But again, if you join the Apex Investing Facebook group, make sure you've done that if you haven't already. But at the very top, and eventually I'll make this just a thing on the side. I'll make a power scalping one for you. But where it says announcements, fun, bonus lesson, that's where you learn about power scalping. And inside the comments, I have a section on the DOM trainings. And let me edit the post topic. So if it changes in the future, we'll call this power. Right now it's under ATM. So if you go to ATM on the right side, you'll be able to find it. So just look right here at the power scalping. Okay? All right, so who knows what a double T... Oh, some of y'all got your packets. We'll talk about those too. Those should all be coming in the mail. Awesome. All right, so who knows what a double TX is? Two X is near the same level. Yep, and they follow the same, steps. All sniper trades have the same 7 steps. You identify your target. You identify your pattern. You identify any obstructions. You identify the entry, the exit, and the cover, and then the opportunity, okay? You should have those 7 steps memorized so you're always thinking about them, all right? So use those in your trading every day. So what is the target? Okay, step 1, what is the target? It's 2 trapped X boxes on reversal bars near the same level, all right? So, for instance, we have a trapped, see the box with the little trapped blue thing inside of it? That's the trapped order with an exhaustion box, or an X box. And we have another one near the same level. Trapped orders with an exhaustion box. That's a double TX trade. That is the target. That's what you're looking for, okay? So, once the TX forms near the same level, within 5 ticks, within 30 bars back, the pattern is confirmed. Okay? So, you got to have those 2 TXs within 30 bars or less, and they have to be within 5 ticks of each other. Now, if they're off of a level, that's great. By the way, coil and double clusters do not matter. Okay? Okay? So, coil and double clusters do not matter if they're off of a level. More likely to go further, but that's just a, if not a requirement. So here's another example of a short coming off. Check out that's coming off of a dynamic magnet and a deviation. And check out how it flies down. Okay? So a trapped Xbox here and a trapped Xbox here. Does everybody follow me so far? Is there anybody that feels a little behind? Just want to make sure this makes sense since this is the beginning of it. DR does not matter. So see it, you got a trapped order inside of an X box, and you got another trapped order inside of an X box within 5 ticks of each other. 30 bars back means this bar to this bar is 30 bars or less. And yes, they have to be trapped and they have to be on reversal bars. Okay? DR does not matter. Double clusters does not matter. Okay? So 30 bars back. Now 5 ticks from high to high or low to low. Coil chop does not matter. One thing does matter, and I'll teach you that. Okay, but now you know the pattern, right? In this example, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bars. Yep. Now here's a long. This is actually a triple TX off of level. We got a TX there. We got a trap TX long there. And we have another trap TX long there. Triple TX, and it took off. So notice this one. That one actually was a double. I just don't have them all showing. So that one won. That one came up, hit it, and then that one won. So if you just entered this one, then you'd still be in it, and it took off and was profitable. This applies to both ES and NQ. Notice how this one was really far back, this one was really close. These do have the potential to lead to larger trades. That's where you want to bring simplicity in. And again, double clusters don't matter. So the one rule that you really want to be aware of is do not trade into a small recent 2 to 3 bar coil chop. And I mean like where it's just like really coil chopping over and over and over again. And I don't mean like 3 bar coil chop. I mean like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then all of a sudden it gives you one. Okay, I'll show you some examples of that when we go back and look through the charts. Again, DR and double clusters don't apply. Okay? Where do you get in? 1 tick below the low for a short, or 1 tick above, I'll fix that, above the high for a long. Alright, so simple enough. So we get in 1 tick below the bar low. When this double TX happened, then that's our entry right there. 1 tick below the low. Okay, 1 tick below that second TX. In a long, 1 tick above the high, either here or here. Notice this can break through obstructions as well. Alright, double TXs are very strong, usually have the ability to break through an obstruction. This one had to do a little bit, and then gave a little more exhaustion, and then took off. Does everybody get where the entry is? 1 tick above the high. Simple enough? Y'all gotta let me know so I know you're on the same page. Identify the exit. It could be 7 ticks if it's on ES. It could be 9 ticks if it's on NQ. Okay? Often the trades don't pull back. Alright, so basically it's going to be 2 bars lower. And that really is the simple. Instead of worrying about how many ticks it is, 2 bars lower. Right there, you take your profit. Right here, you take your profit. Okay? So the first bar is the setup bar. Or sorry, not that one. Here's the double TX. Entered 1 tick below. You take profit right at the low of that bar. Which, by the way, is your bar range indicator. Your bar range indicator on the setup bar, the third one on it, is going to show you the take profit. Once it gets filled, the second one on it is going to show you the take profit. Okay, here's a long. So we had a double TX long right there. One tick above. Going to take profit up here. This one hadn't quite taken profit yet. There was a second entry. And they both won. Okay? You can move your stop. I'm going to tell you to probably not worry about cover on these trades. Okay? The one thing I'm going to tell you to worry about is if you have a level, the second sentence. The second sentence I think is the most important. If you have a level right before your take profit right before that level. Like if there's a paw and it's like at the 9th or 10th tick or, at the 7th tick and there's a level, take the profit right before, then don't worry about that last tick. And that really goes for all of the trades when you're scalping. Okay? Does that make sense to everybody? Like if there's a level right before your take profit, just go ahead and take your profit right before that level. The numbers on the side are already built into the template. Nope, it'd be one tick above or one tick below. So you'd sell one tick below this bar right here. And it went down 10 ticks, so it would have taken its profit. Same thing, this one, you'd have to stop below the low, okay? So your stop ultimately is going to be right below your low, which we'll go into that in a second. We did that here. But the stop is below the low and above the high. So you got an entry below the low, a stop above the high, take profit 2 bars later. Now, since this is the second TX, this would actually be the trade. So you got to stop below the low, you got an entry below the low, a stop above the high, and then you take profit 2 bars later. Make sense, David? Again, that can be a max of 30 bars back. Okay, so we talked about the cover. Now, as you learn to target levels, like we had somebody who got the sharpshooter course today and rocked it already. So, because in the sharpshooter course, we teach you the Apex Live sharpshooter course. We teach you how to target levels. We also teach you how to use simplicity even more. And you can use that to make much larger profits. We don't care about OD. We don't care about DR. We don't care about double clusters. Those are the rules. Yep, same take profit rules as TX until you learn to trail. So keep it really simple, okay? Yep, very few trades pull back. All right, so let's check out. Do you want to check out some charts and actually do some chart review on this? All right. Ooh, why do I have that on auto? I need to turn that off to off. There we go. That was an accident. Anyways, so you can see I'm up 1985 tonight already. So we took I took 3 power scalps and 1 long TX. Let's get rid of my markers so we don't confuse everything. If you ever want to turn on or off your markers, they're under the data series. I'm going to say do not plot. Hit OK. Now let me shrink this stuff down so you can actually see the chart. Now, wouldn't it be easier if you didn't have to try to count 30 bars back or measure 5 ticks? 1 bar obstructions do not apply. Wouldn't you like it if it could just tell you? if it was a double TX or not. And what if you could have a detector that popped up? Would that be nice? And what if you could automate the trade? Would that be nice? Well, all of that is now possible. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to go in, and we have a new template loaded. For automated trading that has the one, or if you're doing it on two different accounts, some of y'all are trading live and you're trading like a funding account. And then we also have an ES one for ES. Okay? So right there. It says number 4 DTX. You can thank Gabe and Dennis for getting that all set up and going. I didn't know if it could even be programmed. Gabe figured out how to program it. Dennis got the template set up. And then remember to use the automation on it or the detectors. You have to have a paying membership. You don't have to have a paying membership if you have Markers Plus to do the trapped X boxes, but to do the number 4s or the double TX, you have to have a paying membership. And if you want to put the detector on your chart, scroll down here, and there is a live double TX detector that you can add to the bottom. Okay? Like I have right here. So you'll have to load that template, and notice this template says in the top left, Apex Sniper number 4 and double TX. All right? We don't use a filter on it at all. Alright, so now let's scroll on back. I think I jumped past them. There's one right there. Okay. And let's see, let me check one thing. And notice I have it set in here for, if I can find my double TX. Double TX. Yeah, 30. Oh, ticks away. There we go. Somehow it's set to 5. Make sure it's set to 5. Okay. So right there, I don't know if it's going to say 94 on yours because you have a different version than I do. Okay, so make sure it's set to 30 and 5 on double TX. The $1 trial for the month does count. Okay? Now to get this update, and I want to remind you to set it to 30 and 5. I'll make sure that is defaulted to 30 and 5. But set it to 30 and 5 on the double TX. It's going to be near the bottom. There we go. That's much better. Yeah, okay. So now we'll scroll back. So here's a double TX, and look at that. Go short. See how that took off? right, so let's check the next one. They're not constant. Okay, we had a long right here. What do we have right before our take profit? Not just a stack, but we had a level, right? If you have a level, what do you want to do if you have a level right before your take profit? Yeah, take your profit right before the take profit, okay? At a minimum, take your profit right before the take profit. Right? Remember that I said that second sentence was really important? Okay, some people were thinking that I said a 5-tick stop. I did not say a 5-tick stop. I said the TX had to be 5 bars away, or 5 ticks away from the other TX. So this one within 30 bars back was within 5 ticks of the other TX. So it is a double TX setup. Here is the other TX right here. Okay? The entry is a tick above the high. The stop is below the low. And your take profit is 2 bars or right before a level if there's a level right before your take profit. So this is going to identify double TXs that you never would have seen. Do y'all agree with that? Yep, we use the same ATM on number 4 and double TX. That is correct. Oh, here's another one. So TX there, coming off a magnet with a paw and a dynamic magnet. We go short, and it took profit. So I want y'all to know I only use one ATM. Notice I have the same ATM on both. I just manually move my ATMs. Okay? I'll show you how to see it in your templates in a minute, but first let's focus. Break the toy out of the box before we learn how to use it. So we got a double TX right here. We got a short and profitable. Yeah, within 5 ticks of each other. We want to basically within a similar level. And this will do it automatically for you. So it's noted in the detector. It also prints an arrow if you have the automation up. So we got a double TX along here. Took off. This one popped up. Could have taken it for the dynamic magnet. If you didn't, it came back and went ahead and took off. We're still profitable because the stop was below the low. Got another double TX right here. Went long and profitable. Another double TX right here. Would have been further back to find it. Right there. Long and profitable. Another double TX right there. Long and profitable. Another double TX right there. It's way back here. It's coming off the deviation. Little chop on you, but profitable. Another double TX that goes further back right here. Short and profitable. That was just a coil chop. It wasn't like a 2-3 bar chop. And notice I'm on ES right now. Got a double TX right there. Short and profitable. So I'm not pulling anything special. This is just the last, couple days. Often double TXs will break out of the coil chop. Alright, so let's pull up in Q. Let's do the same review. Okay? going to shrink these down. NQ is more likely to have some of those 2 or 3 bar chops. Let's go in. Somebody asked me to go over how to add the detector again. If you're a paying member, you just go down and you'll see under live double TX detector. Then on institutional order prints, you want to make sure it's 30 and 5. Make sure it's 30 and 5 or you will miss out. Okay, 30 and 5 on the double TX setting. Even with the template, you may want to check that. I'll make sure the templates get updated. All right, there we go. But just please double check that we'll get the templates updated. Alright, so now there's a lot of movement today. Now, so this looks like I'm going way far back. These are literally just minutes of time. There's a double TX on NQ and profitable. That's the one we just did? Yeah. All right, here is another double TX right here and profitable. I took that one. All right, we got one right here. This one did not work. Are they all going to work? No. Is it okay if one doesn't work? All right, now, what was the one rule I told you about obstructions? You mean to bring it back up? Two to 3 bar coil chop. Meaning bars are going up and down 2 or 3 bars. What's happening right here before this entry? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. You see that? But do y'all see the 2 and 3 bars? 2 bars, 3 bars, 2 bars, 3 bars. Do y'all see that? This can be easy to miss. Okay, this can be easy to miss. So it's 2 bars and 3 bar coil chop, okay, are the ones to watch out for. So if you miss it, it's okay. Just take the next trade. Don't like beat yourself up with one trade. You're going to miss out on a lot of winners. Okay? Yeah, it was very tight range. It was 2 bar, 3 bar, not traditional 1 bar up, down, up coil chop, but 2 to 3 bar coil chop. That's what you're watching out for. I mean, it was literally like 2, 3. Well, it's 2 down, 2 up, 3 down, 2 up, 3 down, and if you don't want it to take that trade, all you got to do is hit the long, and it'll turn off the automated trader. Okay, so it lost, but the one rule I gave you would have avoided that. I'm not saying you're going to avoid every one of them that lose, but it's the one rule that I have. All right, we got another double TX right here. Short, takes off. And see, you could have missed that trade because you had red DR and you didn't have OD and all that stuff, right? It's not a 10-tick stop. So I go ahead and, if you'll forgive me on the 10-tick stop typo, it's the high of the bar. Okay? It's the high of the bar. High of the bar, like if you went short here, your stop will be the high. So I got 7 and 17 on ES. I got 21 and 9 on NQ. All right, what do we got right here? We got another double TX. Do y'all see a certain pattern right there? 2 bars, 2 bars, 3 bars, 2 bars. 2 to 3 bar coil chop. Okay? So you want to sort of pay attention to that. My number 4 is built into my automated trader. I just don't have it down here at the bottom. Because right now I want you to focus on this detector. But it's built, the number 4 stuff is, and this, you don't have to have the detector on your screen. It's built into the code. The detector sort of lets you see it, where you may have missed it. It also will it'll also plot live to let you know when's coming up. There is an audio alert for the DTX, yes. And that is for everybody, paying and free. So scrolling, there we go. Here's another one. That one worked. But this one, should you have taken this trade? No, because you got 2, 2, 3, 2. What about this one? Could you have taken this one? Yeah. Okay, so this one, even though it won, we shouldn't have taken it. And we've missed it on 2 losers by following that rule. We missed it on 1 winner. I like that ratio. I'll tell you how to see the indicator in your list. Let's focus on the training first, and then we'll focus on the toy, okay? All right, what do we got going on over here? 3 bars, 3 bars. Do we want to take that trade? Okay, so y'all getting that? The hardest thing about this trade is just making sure to look out for that. Just like the hardest thing for the number 4 is making sure you're coming off a level. Right there, we got a long. Do we take that one? The automation will take every number 4. You got to turn it off if you're in that shop. You're going to have to go up there and click long to turn it off. Yep, we do take it, and it was profitable. We got a short right here. Do we take it? Yes. We're not in any kind of shop. There's no reason not to take it. So we do take that short double TX. Which was way back here. I mean, there's no way you would have seen that on the chart. Isn't that great? On a double TX, DR does not matter. OD does not matter. Double clusters do not matter. That was a nice trade. Oh. Got a double TX right there. So that one would probably be wiser to not take it. I can tell you right now, me and Lori probably would have, because both of them weighed pause. So that's an exception to the rule. Okay, right here, do we take it? Yeah, and if you go, just don't take it, Todd. Yeah, we can take that one. It's only 2 bars. We're not in coil chop. It's only 2 once. I mean, you're going up 5, down 2, you're good to go. Okay, what about this fun little mess over here? No. Just leave both of them alone. Okay, y'all get it? And that's pretty much it. We can go through and look at a whole bunch of them. This one you probably would have taken and lost right there. Because, I mean, it was running up. It just had 2 bars. You probably would have taken that one and lost. Double TX. Check it out. Coming off fluxes and pivots and a wall and everything else. Like I said, the best ones come off of a bunch of stuff. That's when you're going to take your eye and peek it over at Simplicity and start looking for a way to trail that sucker. Right now, there's no way to split it up. You could just do number 4s, or you can do number 4s and double TXs. You could ask Dennis Chuck if you have a specific request and see if he can help you. Okay? But I can tell you personally, Chuck, I don't use different ATMs. Okay? Look at my ATMs. You see the results I get on a daily basis, and I don't use different ATMs. I manually adjust my trade, my stops, and take profits. So I'm just letting you know the secret is not in the ATM. So you're making it harder on yourself than you need to. Here's another one. Winner. We can keep going and going and going, but y'all got the idea? Everybody knows to make sure it says 30 and 5. Yeah, a lot of these will end up doubling as range trades. That's right. Okay. So everybody has that down. Anybody have any questions on it? Y'all all got it. All right, so if you install your toolkit, if you go in and click on the toolkit, the Apex logo on your desktop, and you click install, it will install the new alerts. It will install which make sure it's set to 30 and 5. It will install the detector, and it will install the template for you. So we've just released a new toolkit that has this in it. It'll take it if it's a number 4. It'll take it if it's a double TX. Again, you just click on the Apex logo on your desktop or type in Apex Toolkit in your search bar and open it up and click install, and it's there. It literally just got released like at 8 o'clock. So it's in there. So if not, it will populate tonight. It may take a little bit for the server to populate it up. Okay? So just give it a little bit, and I know they'll have it up. Okay? So I know it's done because I downloaded it, but I have the alpha toolkit. So you'll have it in your toolkit tonight. So you may want to check it either later tonight, give it maybe an hour, or check it in the morning. Before you trade. Okay? So good question. Do I keep the long and short on all the time? Yeah, I do. Because I'm not worried about DR or anything. No. A bar with no wicks will be 10 ticks from open to close. Basically, be 15 ticks to the high. But you don't have to calculate all that out, George. I mean, just trail it right there. And since you get it one tick above the high, that's why I'll make it, like bigger than that. Will you lose trades if you wait on a 2-tick pullback? It won't make you lose trades, but you may miss entries. So you're going to have to decide if you want to do that or not. A lot of these just go. Yeah, very little market reading, very simple. Put it on semi-auto. Nothing does ETXs. There's the trapped X box, which is right here. That does the trapped X boxes, and there's another assistant up here that does the number 4s and the double TXs. Notice it's two different trading assistants. It won't mess with it with the red and green on. No, it will not. Nope, you can't turn number 4 off and leave the double TX on. They're both going to be there. So you do need to be paying attention. We can add a third one, but it's going to make it complex. I mean, you start layering these things in, and you're going to get really confused on what long and short to hit. You have the exact same amount of control. You just uncheck long or short just like you would either way. They'll both load at the same time with the template. So when you go and you load the template, remember, you get the automation tool at apexinvesting.com/automate. When you load the template, there's one on here that now says 4 and double TX. Okay? I use the filter for the TX trades unless we have OD divergence, just like the rules say. Exactly. You're just looking for levels on the number 4s when you hear potential number 4. When you hear potential double TX, you're looking for chop. Doesn't really matter how strong the trend is. As long as it's not one of those 2 or 3 tick chops. Six contracts, 21 stop, 9 take profit. That's what the question was. What does my 621.9 stand for? So in this account, I trade 6 contracts. Is there any reason for these? They run the entire automation, so if you don't have them, it won't automate. So if you're not doing automation, you wouldn't load that template up. You wouldn't need to. Just turn on the alerts and add the detector. But these indicators are what run the automation. I have multiple accounts for various reasons. We may focus on different markets. Live account, funded account, retirement account, second funded account. My kids. One of my accounts they get to trade. Anything that makes they get to take out. It's not something you need to worry about unless you have a real reason to do it. Yeah, you did, Dilly. Can you put NT groups for simultaneous trades into the TA? That has nothing to do with the TA. That's where you have to go to the groups. And I put a video on how to do groups, Brett, under the Trading Assistant page. And it shows you how to do trade multiple accounts at the exact same time with one click. Judah's going to earn the double TXs next time he comes over to trade. Is what part of into your TA? Brett, just send me a message on Skype. I'll help you out, okay? Multiple accounts with one click is the group setting inside of NinjaTrader. There's a video on the Trading Assistant training page that shows you how to do it. Has nothing to do with the Trading Assistant. But it's on the Trading Assistant page because we have a lot of people that are automated trading multiple accounts. Markers Plus will not conflict if you have MNQ and NQ on the same chart. Rigor, there is an Apex logo on your desktop. Round logo with an infinity sign in the center. If you can't find it, go to your search and type Apex Toolkit. Oh yeah, it's way better than 70%. There are not OPR trades on NQ. There's not enough volume. You need a multi-broker account if you're trading on two different brokers. But if you have multiple accounts on the same broker, like if you had several Lilu accounts, you could trade all those with a single broker account. Dan, the two-tick pullback method, is there a preference? It's up to you. Some people like it because, you know, they get to take their profit sooner and they lower their risk. Other people don't like it because it misses out on a lot of trades. So if I'm not using it, that's why. And you'll see a big message pop up on your screen on Ninja whenever the new toolkit goes out, by the way. If you have both TAs set to long and a double TX sets up, will it place two orders or just one? Well, if it was a filtered long and like the DR, a lot of times double TXs won't be with the DR. But if you had both of them on, then yeah, you got double the money. It would place two trades. You can put as many TAs on there as you want to, but you better know how to run them. And they use more and more resources, so it could slow down your fills. So that's why we try to combine them. Is it smart to go for a pullback entry for cluster forms on the setup bar on a regular TX? A lot of people do that. It is optional. Yeah, I mean, we could scroll back and find one. Let's go to ES. There was such a massive move tonight in the queue. But the question was, like right here, so this is a good point to point out, and I pointed this out last time on the number 4. So you got a TX short that's with your DR, and you got a double TX. So if you left both quick short, then you would actually get in twice the amount of contracts. You'd place 2 trades. So if you only want to place one, then unquick one of them. So yeah, it's like you could have got 1 TX there, then you could have double TX plus the TX trade there. There's no filter for double TXs or number 4s. So don't use it. Nope, the increased juices had no impact on the ability to get fills. Never seen a number 4 and a double TX happen on the same bar. I guess it's possible. If it is, I'd take double. Okay, so let's wrap that up. And then I got one last part to go over with you, okay?